Welcome everybody, my name is Peluca and I paint, hence the name Peluca Paints. Today we're painting a lot of stuff. Lavalizard Marble shaft of his spear. We're gonna be doing a Night Warden from Warhammer 40k, 50 minutes of recapping. Go. No, yeah, it's just 5 minutes. 10 minutes was just the intro. But yeah, welcome everybody. So as I was explaining before I realized that I was fucking muted, we're gonna be working on the details of Warden Knight from Warhammer 40k. So, kind of like this stuff. This skull, we're gonna do some details here in black. The Mechanicum symbol that this has here right in the back, we're gonna be working on that. You know, just doing some edge highlighting, final details on that stuff. Probably also some lenses on the skull. You know, kind of the skull of the knight. We're gonna be doing the lenses, but first we're gonna do wash. We're gonna be doing an oil wash here in the back of this kind of huge Gatling gun. So after I painted all the basic colors on the miniature, I did an oil wash on the whole miniature, a combination of Winsor Newton, this ivory black, and burnt umber. I always do this, but because the Gatling was being held by this silly putty, it's not silly putty, I can't remember the name of this right now, but it was being held by this here right in the back. I couldn't do the oil wash here because it was going to have all what's it called, there was going to be like kind of some edge, like it was going to look very weird. So after I finished this, I forgot to do this except for laying down the basic metallic paint. So we're gonna do the wash now. We're gonna clean the wash up. You're going to see how the process is. Then we're gonna let that dry, and then we're going to continue with the details of the knight. And after we finish the details of the knight, we're going to continue with our skink. This beautiful skink, which we have finished the skin of, except for the fin. I haven't finished the fin. You can see it's kind of dirty and has a little bit of kind of black and blue paint in there. I have to finish that, which is actually, the fin is going to be really quick. But before doing the fin, or maybe I'll do the fin first, I don't know. But either the fin or the shaft of this spear, which is going to be black marble. So we're going to see the process of me doing the black marble in the shaft of the spear, and after we do that, we're probably, if we have any time, we're going to start doing the tip of the spear, which is going to have kind of like a green glowy effect. It's going to be very cool. So let's start with the oil paint. Give me a minute here. And now it's become, yesterday it was, if you know Celsius, it was under, I don't know, for some reason my computer has the temperature in Fahrenheit. Right now it's 65. Yesterday it was 40, I think, maybe. Something like that. So I'm wearing a sweatshirt, and now I'm fucking sweating. So I'm gonna take the sweatshirt off, and then we're gonna continue with the stream. Give me 1 second. Just, there we go. Oh, much better. And I'm not sweating as much. God dang it. So it was muted for 5 minutes. You know, I've been having trouble with this mic, but you know, it is what it is. So let's just continue. As you can see, I have a little bit of burnt umber oil paint there. Because the surface we're gonna wash is not that big, I'm just using a tiny weensy bit. Steal a new one. Now I have 3 mics actually. All 3 of them are really good quality. It's just Streamlabs used to have trouble with the mic that I'm using right now. I used to use another one, but the quality of the sound was not as good as I would have liked. So I think the quality of the sound of this one is much better, but it still seems to have a little bit of trouble, you know, with the what's it called? Somehow with Streamlabs, it just kind of didn't. It read that the mic was plugged in, but it didn't register my voice. So I had to just switch from using another mic that I have actually on my desk in the back, the headset that I use when I do when I play video games with my friends, that one, and then I switched back to this mic, and then it just registered my voice. So tiny hiccup, but easily resolved, easily fixed. So if you can see, we have a little bit there of ivory black, and we have the burnt umber oil paint. Now we're gonna use mineral spirit, I think it's called. In Spanish we call it aguarrás. Nothing with spirit. Has nothing to do with spirit. Give me 1 second. Not muting myself right now because, you know, the mic might just, this is filled with snot right now. Just dry it up, clean it up. How you been, Pew Pew? How's everybody doing on this great Friday afternoon? Well, morning. No, it's already afternoon. So now we're gonna take the mineral spirit, which I have in these 2 containers. I have 2 containers because one I'm going to use to dissolve the oil paint, and the other one I'm going to use to clean the brushes. So why? Because if I don't use this mineral spirit right here, I can put it right back in the bottle, so it's not contaminated with any pigment from the oil paint. There we go, a little bit. We're gonna use this old brush right here, Citadel base, which is actually not that old, and if you can believe it, it only has a few uses on it. So we're gonna mix this. While I mix this, I think this is a 30-second ad, so while I'm mixing it, I think the ad's gonna play so that it's kind of blocked for a while, so that the people that just jump in, they don't have to see it. So I think that's how it works. Let's try it out. Cool. So as you can see, sorry, as you can see, the oil paint, the oil paint has dissolved in the mineral spirit. It's kind of thick still. I want it a little bit thinner. I'm going to see it here in the piece of cloth that I have here. As you can see, it's kind of brownish black, which is exactly the color that I want. That's perfect. God damn you, fucking microphone. Okay, let's do it a little bit lower. There, okay. Can you hear me still? Yeah, I hope you can. So, let's take this. As you can see, it's dissolved. We're gonna add a little bit more of mineral, a little bit more of white spirit. Mineral spirit, sorry. Mineral white spirit, I think it is. Just 3 drops. We don't want it that thin. When it starts to kind of break down like this, can you see it? Then maybe it is too thin, at least for me. So we're gonna mix it again. There it is. That's what we want. See? There it is. Can you hear me all right over the music? Last time I realized the music was a little bit loud. I hope you can hear me okay. And sometimes when I'm painting, I start to, so we're gonna, and I kind of lower my voice, so I'm trying to fix that. Okay. And I'm trying to be a little bit more clear with what I am explaining. Last time I was kind of all over the place. You can see the edited version on YouTube, by the way. If you go to YouTube, be sure to follow and like the videos. That would help me a lot. Well, I think the YouTube version of following for Twitch is subscribe, but subscription in Twitch is different. You pay. In YouTube, the subscription is free. I think you subscribe to a channel, so you kind of follow it. It's weird. You just use different words for the same thing. But okay. So okay, we have the consistency of this oil wash where we want it. So we're just gonna take this and apply it to the piece of the miniature that we wanna weather. Okay, music seems good with these chill tunes. That is cool. Yeah, I'm opting for because I'm recording this, and after editing it and posting it on YouTube, I have to use copyright music. So music without copyright, I think that's the correct way to say it. So we're gonna apply this all over this piece. Just trying. We don't want it to kind of drop over this part that we have already kind of weathered with kind of rust and painted, and it's almost finished. I just need to do the edge highlighting on all the metallic parts. But we're gonna apply this oil wash right over here. Doesn't matter that it's kind of spotted, because we're gonna remove this after a little while. So it doesn't matter. Just being careful of not to drop the oil paint on the other side. Just a little bit on the edges and on this side, so that it gets into the crevices and gives it kind of this weathered old look. Thank you, Pew Pew. How you been, Pew? How's life? I've seen you a lot in Italian Spartacus' streams, in Turin streams. You're always there. How's life going with that? There you see, we just use the edge of the brush here for the edge of this piece, just like that. A little bit of this quick wash here to weather and make it look old and used. We don't want this to be looking brand new. No. This is a very old, ancient machine of the Imperium. This is not out of the factory. Very, very old. So that's okay. We kind of clean the excess here a little bit. Okay, nope, that is too much. Because we wanted to kind of gather right where some different pieces, so where there's at this level, we wanted to gather, you know, and get into the crevices there. So we're gonna use this. I think that's good. So we're gonna let this settle for a little while, and we're gonna come back to it a little bit later. But now what I have to do is actually clean this up. So we're gonna wipe the excess here off the brush in this piece of toilet paper. We're gonna clean this up. And we're gonna finish cleaning it up right here. Afterwards, when I finish this whole endeavor, you know, when I finish my streaming, I'm gonna still clean this brush with soap and water, you know, just to get everything out, you know, so that even though you can see the tip is just completely gone and it's an old brush, I still want to keep it for at least a couple years more. Hey Fana, how are you, my friend? Welcome to the stream. How are you? Yeah, that's my job. Pretty well. My laptop died. Said, oh, that sucks, dick. This month, so I lost my work as an editor for a bunch of streamers. Oof. When built next month and start up again. And can you not save at least the disk, the hard disk drive? You know where the whole information actually is, or is it like completely gone? I'm alright. Yourself? I'm quite okay. I'm quite good. How's the Peruvian drag take? I wouldn't know. It's quite okay. I'm doing quite okay. You know, with commissions. Yeah, no, this is not. We're gonna, you know, this is how we sell Peruvian Van Dyck. This is a house of the artist. This is like a arts and crafts store. More for like classic art, you know, like oil painting, sculptures and all that. Sculpting. we're gonna just drop this here because this is just completely clean mineral white spirit. I hope that's the correct word. Mineral white spirit. I hope that is. I'm almost certain that is the right. Motherfucker. I'm still gonna have to clean that up. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave that out of there. But yeah, that is unfortunate. I forgot about that. But yeah, because we're not gonna use this anymore, we can actually clean this up. See, it cleans up very easily. That's also another thing about oil paints. The cleaning up is not that difficult. If every time I use this for acrylics, it's a bitch to clean it up. You know, very, not very difficult, but it's a little bit more tedious, a little bit more scrubbing and all that, especially if it ends up drying up. You know, as you can see, no, it's just this recipient, but this is yeah, it's filled with stuff. I'm gonna show you later. But okay, so we got this cleaned up. We're gonna leave it around there. Let's hope this doesn't spill. Let's hope there's no earthquake. We're gonna leave this piece aside. So, let's work on this night, shall we? First thing that I'm gonna do. So I always like, one of my favorite gray colors is neutral gray. Very nice. It's actually a little bit brighter than one would think. So what I like to do is mix this with a little bit of game color black. This right here. Just to add a little bit, make kind of like a dark gray, and then I start going over it again with just pure neutral gray. So we're gonna start mixing this. I need a vortex mixer or something like that. Oof, there we go. Just shake it. Add a little bit here in the plate, just a little bit. Because we're not gonna be using that much. We shake the black. I remember somebody disliked that I shake that on screen. It kind of messed up his kind of FPS or something, like frame rate for some reason, or it made him dizzy. Okay, a bubble. Secret tunnel. There we go. Okay, now we're gonna mix them both. Oh, we need our special medium, which is a recipe that our dear friend Sam Lenz gave me. If you are not following Sam Lenz, Samson Arts, go give him a follow. Great miniature painter, great artist, is full of secrets and skill of the trade of miniature painting. One of the best. We're gonna take a little bit of that neutral gray, a little bit of black, and we're gonna just mix it. See, it's not dark enough. I'm gonna go even darker. That might be it. I think that's it. We're gonna add a little bit of our medium, which is just distilled water with a little bit of flow improver. It's kind of like a 7-to-1 ratio, kinda. Vision falling, you know, it's just better, you know, and these lights reflect a lot on the miniature, so it's hard for me to see the edges. So if I want more precision, it's good to use this. So we're gonna take now our number 1 Da Vinci brush. Actually, I thought this would be much more expensive, but they're actually very cheap. Very, very cheap. Way cheaper than what one would think. This is like kind of... Yeah, we're gonna do the skull at the end. First we're gonna do these kind of symbols of the Mechanicum. This right here. Take a little bit of this. We're just gonna go all around these edges, all around this. Just using the side of the brush because we want a little bit of edge highlighting, kinda. very quickly, going over all the edges. Take a little bit more paint. And again, this other side. Trying to work my way up the YouTube ladder. You know, get a kind of like a crowd, so to speak. There we go. We got that color down. Now we're gonna apply this a little bit over here in the skull just to get that volume as we want it. I'm gonna take a little bit, and we're gonna apply. Can you see how diluted this is? You can barely see it here in my nail. Barely. I'm gonna apply a little bit of it right here on the top of the bone of the eyebrow here of the skull. Just a little bit. There we go. Then on the bottom of the hole of the skull, you know, where the eye socket is, right here on this bone. Right there. Because the light's gonna be falling from top to bottom. And then we're gonna outline the bone where the nose goes in, and a little bit of the teeth. Teeth. There we go. And now we're just gonna do kind of like a tiny circle on the top here side of the skull. Just where it's going to be shining a little bit of light here. Just a tiny circle here. I have to angle it this way so that I don't see the reflection of it actually on the skull, so that I can see where I'm painting. There we go. See, the glasses help with that a lot. So, and that's that. We're gonna repeat this process on the other piece, and finally on the, like, kind of the top hole of the knight. Hull. So, there we go. Did anybody see Love, Death, Robots? It was a very good season. I liked it way better than the second season. The second season kind of wasn't that good for me. So we got this. Wait, we don't want this to bend too much. Here. There we go. There you go. There it is. I'm gonna take this out. We have this, and you can see it's the same symbol, same process. Same thing. It was pretty fun. Yeah, I loved it. Yeah, the one with the rats was incredible. I love the last one. The last one, I think, was kind of a masterpiece. You know, with animation, the story, the whole narrative was incredible. Just amazing work, I think. Amazing. The one that, yeah, it was good, but it wasn't as good as the rest, was the one with in Jupiter, in Io, the moon. That was pretty cool, but you know, not as good as the rest. Cat Overlords reign supreme. Yeah, that was funny. That was very funny. And we're gonna, when humanity just extinguishes, the cats are gonna take over. so. Just taking the edges. It's a little bit more weathered than the other one. So I'm not trying to mess the already weathered parts. The already weathered parts. There we go. Again, the same thing. We're edge highlighting the edges of the eye socket, then the part of the bone that goes around the nose, and then the teeth, and then that spot right there on the side of the skull. We just make a tiny circle. There we go. Okay, cool. That's it. Apply that same thing, but we're gonna do it on this kind of symbol. I think it's of the Emperor, because it's not the Imperial Aquila, it's the skull and the wings. There we go. Give me 1 second, I need a little bit of... Oh! I never went and got my water. Give me just 1 second, BRB. It's not gonna take any time. Went and got my water. Now we can continue. Let's do this. Oh, see, it snapped. Let's. Where is it? Grease. Okay. We don't want any fatty fingers here in the night. I think we're gonna take this off. We're gonna. Why does this have? There we go. We're gonna concentrate on this beautiful skull here. We are gonna do very nice detail, because this is going to be kind of a focus point of the miniature. So it's important it looks very good. So again, we take a little bit of medium. We're gonna take this kind of dark gray paint that we have mixed. God damn it, why do I always get a runny nose when I stream? I think I need to clean this up. There's a lot of dust here. I have never cleaned this up. Never. I probably need to clean it up. It's been almost 3-4 years. There we go. So again, just edge highlighting and just attacking like the key points here in the skull. We're gonna be edge highlighting the wings, the side of the wings, inside here. There we go, just. By the way, Pew Pew, if you're still there, quick question: are you working together with Sojak in any capacity? I'm the head moderator, but other than that, no. Oh, okay. Cool. Have you been talking to him lately? Because, there we go. I'm just doing the edge highlight, by the way, just on the top part of the wing, not on the bottom. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is basically the same thing with a lighter color, but we're going to cover less surface so that we can get this illusion, or actually just accentuate the volume of the miniature. Oh well, that particular piece of the miniature. We're gonna take this neutral gray, dilute it a little bit, and again, we're going to go over the edge highlights here in this piece, as you can see. And I'm not gonna touch the bottom part, just the top. The top and the fucking hell. The top and the side. There we go. Top and the side. The top and the side. Because if we cover all of our previous work, then we have just done nothing, basically. So, okay, I fucked up there. But no matter. Nobody will notice, but I will know. Then we just do the side. So we got side, top, side, top, side, top. So we're good. Here the side, here the side. Here the side, here the side. There we go. Can you see that? Much better. Now we're gonna do the same in the tiny skull. So the circle that I made on the top right side. Well, we're gonna do another one with a white one, top right side. We're just gonna do a tiny, tiny spot in the middle of that dot. There we go. There it is. Can you see it? Right there. Tiny spot. Same thing, we're just gonna get the corner here of the socket of the eye. And same thing with the bone around the nose. Okay, that's that for this piece. There we go. This we do at the end. Same thing with this guy. There we go. Hey, the DC, how are you, my friend? Welcome, welcome. How you doing? Everything good on your end? And as quick as that, we're done with this piece too. Well, with that step, I should say. There we go. Welcome to the stream, my friend. How are you? Oh, it's great to hear, dude. How's everything doing? So now we're gonna do the same thing, another step with neutral gray on the wings and the skull. Again, just covering less surface. Can you see it? It just with those two lines, it just gives it way more definition. A lot more definition. By the way, let me get it, because we're gonna repeat the process, I'm just gonna give a 30-second ad. Very quick. Okay, now just as we did with the skull of the other details, we're just gonna, touch a few key points so to build the volume of this skull. So we're gonna touch the top side, the bottom side of the eye socket, bottom side here, the bottom and the side here, bottom corner of the eye sockets. There we go. Then the top and the bottom of the spot where the nose is hitting. No, this is a transfer. This is a transfer. No, I did not paint that. No freaking way. No. Is transfer from the house of this knight. I'm not that good. Go. One day. Yeah, one day. But yeah, no, that's I don't think anybody does that much detail. There are some people that do freehands, but they're not getting into that kind of tiny stuff. It's like stupid tiny. Oh well, some people do eye pupils and such, which I have done too, but it's just one tiny dot, So now I'm just trying to get into. That's too much. There we go. Now we're just gonna Now we're just taking kind of the shape of the skull and reaching with the gray, you can see here, kind of the top of the skull, and just going around, leaving the middle very, very dark. Just going around here, and you have this kind of denture here. When you see a skull, you kind of have two bones here on the sides of your skull. You have two bones here. I hate this mic. At least I hate the position of the mic. You have these two, you have your eye sockets here, and you have a bone that protrudes and goes to the top of your skull. Then you have kind of like an indenture here, like a crevice right here on your sides. And then it kind of comes back out, and then it goes around and makes the back of your skull. So this denture here, we're laying a little bit of gray that goes from the top, goes here on the front, and goes to the top of your eye sockets, your eyebrows here. The bone under your eyebrows goes around here, touches this, and then we're just doing a little bit, pulling it back and taking it to the denture so that you can see the difference, and that is going to complete the whole volume and make it look a little bit more realistic, so to speak. You know? At least it's going to help with the volume of the skull. So, just explaining that in case you cannot see much with this camera and the what you call it, the reflection of the lights that I'm using and the position of the camera. Kind of scrappy, but you know, it is what it is right now. So we're just gonna take a little bit more of that neutral gray. Yeah, there we go. Just a little bit. Dilute it a little bit. And then we're gonna go and make that edge here. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Very pretty. There we go. Now we have that layer completely finished on this detail and the other details of the knight. So I think we're almost at the finishing touch for these parts. Then we're gonna clean up. As you can see, this is already dried out. So we're gonna clean this up with a little bit of white spirit, mineral white spirit. But it's gonna be a little while until we do this. We're gonna finish, like I said, the details over here. Sorry about that. And then we're gonna take that on. For the finishing lights, we're gonna take Game Color Wolf Gray. We're gonna shake this up properly. We're just gonna lay a little bit down here. There we go. We don't need more because it's just going to be for the final edge highlights. So we're gonna lay this to rest here. Over here. Oh my back. I need to go to a chiropractor or masseuse or something. So there we go. Take this out again. And again we're gonna wet the brush with a little bit of medium. And we're just gonna take a little bit of this wolf gray. And right now we're not gonna do the edge highlight, actually. We're just gonna try and do the corners and the dots where I think the light is gonna be brightest. So for example, here in the skull, we're gonna do the wheel first. So we're gonna do kind of the corner here. There we go. There we go. Can you see it? Just the top corners here, here, and here. nothing more, it's gonna sell a very nice effect. Now we're gonna do the same with the side of the skull that is black. Just a few dots. Very precise places, see? There it is. There it is. Okay, I think I made the dot on the top side, like, of the skull a little bit too big. So I'm gonna take again this neutral gray and I'm gonna go over it just a little bit. Kind of like a very thin glaze over this dot. There it is. So I just went around that dot that I made with the wolf gray and just kind of made a tiny circle around it. So now it looks like a point of, like, it shines, you know? Like I said, it sells the volume. Okay. Very nice. Now we're gonna let this here again. As you can see, it goes round and round and round, so I let it here. If I try to put it down like this, it's gonna fall over. So I try to make like a counterweight, so to speak. Just a counterweight. Oh, okay. Now we're gonna do the exact same thing with this piece here. I like how this ended up looking, kind of the rust here from the bronze. I still have to work on this a little bit. I did all the... I laid the basic colors down, you know, the metallics, this kind of black and white, whatever, you know, that red cable. Then I did the oil wash exactly as I did with that piece, and you're gonna see how I cleaned that up. After that, I just laid down each and every single tiny dot of rust everywhere on this piece, everywhere. And the same thing with kind of this bronze, copper, rust. And now what I have to do, not today, but another time, I do that during the week, I'm going to have to etch highlight everything with metallic colors and do the same thing for the bronze, coppery parts of the miniature. So, yeah, no, we gotta do the edge highlighting here. Same thing, we take a little bit of medium, we take a little bit of that wolf gray, and we start attacking just the corners. Why is this so kind of greasy? Am I? Ah, yeah, I'm touching my freaking face. Okay. So. Okay, again, just tiny dots and we can sell all the volume. So I'm seeing that I have made a few mistakes here, so I'm gonna go back with a little black and try to fix these kind of tiny mistakes that I have made. Very, very pissed off. Okay, so I fixed most of my mistakes here. Oh, well, I could say I fixed them all. Yeah, I fixed them all. It's looking very good. So now we're gonna go and do the actual skull here in like this kind of top hole of the knight. See, just a little bit less. You can see how I'm trying to get the brightest light just around there, and then just a few key points there. Okay, cool. So now what I did, I just added a few dots here in the corners of the wings. So you can see the volume is much more defined. It looks way better, way better. So yeah, it looks very cool, very cool. So that's finished. Very nice. So right now what we're gonna do, I'm gonna take my glasses off for a little bit. We're gonna lay this to rest here. We are going to clean up the that piece that we applied the oil wash to. And after that, I think I'm gonna do the same thing that I did here with black. I'm gonna do with the white side, but it's going to be very quick. And after that, we're gonna work on the skink. And just to show Lord Master of Sotek what I have been doing with the skink, you can see the skink is almost finished. The skin is done except for the fin, which I'm probably gonna do now too. And today we're gonna do the marble shaft of the spear. You know, sorry. We're gonna do that. We have the skin finished. We have the leather finished. And after that, I'm going to do the fin, the marble shaft, the tip of the spear. Then I am going to do probably the eyes, the nails and claws and all that stuff. Then I'm going to do the gold. All the gold. Oh no, fuck, I'm probably gonna have to do the gold before I do the top shaft. Like this. The top shaft, the blade of the spear. Because I just noticed there is a tiny circle right there. Can you see it? That tiny circle. Hey, Miss Half Damage, how are you? Welcome, long time no see. Coming in with that. Kapow. How are you doing? So I'm gonna do this tiny circle, which is going to have that green glow that we like so much in this what should we call it, this color scheme that we have used for the miniatures. As you can see, you're gonna see here, I think it's after this, no, after the what's it called, Belegar. We're gonna see a skink with a similar color scheme as this guy, and he has in the necklace a tiny glowing green orb, which is very, very cool. So we're gonna do the same thing here with this stone here. There's also a tiny one right here at the end of the shaft. So yeah, we're gonna have to paint the gold before we do all the glowy green parts. That is interesting, I didn't expect that. But yeah, it's good to know, good to find out before I start doing that. Very good. Give me 1 second, I want to blow my nose. I have a little bit of snot there, blocking my nostrils. Give me 1 sec. Well, like I was saying, I am going to do the same thing that I did with the black side of this Mechanicum symbol. I'm gonna do with the left side, with the bright side. We've done the black, we're gonna do the white. It doesn't look like I can do much here because it's white, but it's actually off-white. So we're gonna do the tiny details, just the edges, with pure white. So it's going to be actually really, really quick. So, wait, this goes right there. And then we're gonna get on with the skink. So, where are you? There is pure white, dead white from Game Color. We're gonna use a little bit. It's completely clogged because I haven't used it in a while and don't use much white, except for like very, very tiny details, tiny dots. Okay, so the ad is gone now. So exactly the same thing that we did with the black side, we're gonna do with the black side. And I'm gonna get my glasses to get some precision in. There we go. Incredibly, almost the same colors that we're using right now is the colors that we're gonna use for the marble in the shaft of the spear of the skink. I'm gonna take this. just gonna do some edge highlighting here. Actually, not even edge, because it's just kind of the corners, kind of the tips. There we go. There we go. We're finished now with this. Nice detail. Very, very nice. Okay, so we got this done. There we go. Put this away. Not muted. Okay. So, now we're going to clean up little bit here. Okay. We're gonna use a little bit of mineral white spirit to clean this up. And for those of you who are just jumping in, my name is Peluca and I paint, hence the name Peluca Paints. Today we are painting, well, not right now, cleaning up a little bit piece of Warden Knight from Warhammer 40k, and after that we're painting marble on a skink that goes on the throne with Lord Kroak. If you have any questions concerning what I'm doing, who I am, or anything you want to ask, please do feel free to do so. So we're gonna clean this up. What we're just going to do, this is very easy. We're just going to clean this up from top to bottom. We're not gonna go like this, we're not gonna go like this. Well, maybe in some places, but primarily it's just going from top to bottom, cleaning everything up and just leaving a little bit of this oil wash in the recesses of this piece. So, and this is just a moist Q-tip with mineral white spirit, not wet, just moist. You're gonna see, kind of moist. It's not wet. We've just wiped the excess, and now we're just taking this. Don't do like this when you're in one piece. Don't turn it, because if you do turn it, you're gonna start scraping a little bit of paint. So just go lightly. Over this edge. Top to bottom. Top to bottom. There we go. The only thing about this technique is you use a lot of Q-tips. When I say a lot, I mean a lot. This is an oil wash that has dried up. I mixed ivory black with burnt umber, a tiny mix. Then I diluted that mix with mineral white spirit. Then I applied the wash to this metallic part of the miniature. And now I'm wiping the excess off, and it's going to give it that old look on the metal, just like this here. So it's gonna give this old weathered look, you know, so that it doesn't look like the miniatures come out right off the factory, you know. Right, just like that. And we don't want to press too hard. If we press too hard, we're going to start scraping paint. When you see that there is just too much paint on top of this, you're going to want to change the size or use a new Q-tip. Really? Well, this is not that much of a new technique, but it's pretty fun, pretty quick, and the results are incredible. As you can see, I do this kind of scraping, and you'll see that under that bolt there is kind of this streak of oil paint that just stays there. So that is also a kind of like a side effect of this technique, and it's cool, you know. It makes it look like it's kind of oil dripping, you know, from maintenance or whatever. Like I said, it's an old piece, and it's not new from the factory. But it is very difficult to get into this kind of little places here and there. This ring doesn't matter because this is where it's going to get glued to the other piece. So we can just go here. But most of it we want it to be like this. Downward motion. Okay, can you see that I'm spreading that dirt more than I'm taking it out? So I need to change Q-tip. So you use a lot of Q-tips. That's the only downside from this technique, like I said. The only one. Now we're wiping that excess. That's how we want it. Take the other side. And we're almost done with this. So as you can see, I cannot get with the Q-tip very near here to these edges, which on another piece would be okay, but I don't want it to be that dirty around this kind of bolts. I don't know what these things, what to call them. Columns, I don't know. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take an old brush, the one that I have been using. Well, maybe not this one. Yeah, I think it's. Oh, you have pointy Q-tips, and I need to get me some of those. So we're gonna use this brush. We're gonna wipe almost all of the mineral white spirit, and we're just gonna go gently around this. There we go. See, trying to leave some of that kind of dirt that the oil paint leaves right there. And it gives it also a very nice texture. Not texture, but what's the other name? It's not texture, it's a pattern kind of down streaking oil stains or something like that. So it does helps us out, see? There we go. See? Almost done. Here we're gonna clean this up a little bit. Just a little bit more here. There we go. There it is. Just helping that kind of streaking. This down a little bit. Good thing about oil paints is they don't dry that quickly, so you got time to kind of play with this a little bit. I'm just gonna take a little bit of mineral white spirit here and clean this up. There we go. There we go. Up. Oh, it kind of streaked here. So we're gonna have to watch here. Well, first clean this up, which looks incredibly bad. Oh goddamn. Oh goddamn. Sorry about this. It's the same thing. No, with this. There is a line here. There we go. We want no residue of that. But it seems like a little bit of the oil paint has come through to the other side, which we don't want. So I am going to clean this up. Seem to be here. Oh, I haven't cleaned this bottom part. Very entertaining. Sorry if this is boring, but it's a tiny part of the process. So yeah, I forgot about cleaning this bottom. There we go. There we go. There we go. seems like I cleaned only one side. Didn't even realize. There we go. Okay, cool. Now we're just gonna clean this up. That's gonna leave that very neat. And it's done. So you can see it is a way more weathered look than it was initially. Looks much nicer and way better. So this part is going to connect with what we were previously working on. So like this, you can see this like that. So if I would have done the oil wash while this was attached, it would have been almost impossible to get like very nice details and such on the inside right there. So that's how it's going to look. I gotta let it dry for a little bit, of course. Well, I'm gonna let it dry till tomorrow. I still have to do all the metallic edge highlights and a little bit of rust that I'm gonna work here on the bottom side of these pieces, just a tiny bit, and then it's gonna be finished. And then I can finally glue it together, and then I can attach it to the rest of the knight or huge robot. So, you see, we already have this detail finally painted. But yeah, it is what it is, and we're finished with this right now. Although I can see right here, no, we're not finished. Give me 1 sec. I always think I am finished, and then I realize I am not finished. So we're gonna take the Q-tip a little bit, we're gonna wipe the excess off, and I forgot to go around these guys. Some are a little bit too dirty. For example, this one, this looks better now. There we go. Okay. Let's see, yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, okay, now it's finished. So now I'm gonna leave this here. See, just like that. Do those plug into a thing? Oh, this? Like plugs? No. They just make contact. But you can see them. See? So, see? You can see them. They don't plug, they just make contact right there. So if you can see them, I want them to look nice. Now we're going to continue with this beautiful guy. We're going to do the shaft, we're going to do some marble. But first, I am going to... It's never finished, it is never! Oh. Sorry. Oh. Woo. Okay. Now, before we start with that guy, I gotta do a quick bathroom break. So, give me 1 minute, probably, not more. Just gonna go to the bathroom. I'm gonna change the water so that it's quickly clean. Oh, out of coffee, but we have water. So bathroom break and BRB. Don't you go anywhere. Okay, so let's start, shall we? First of all, the first step is we're gonna take game color, black, plain black. That's what we're gonna do. And we're gonna lay down probably a couple of layers of black so it is really, really blackety black on the shaft of the spear. We're gonna use a citadel base brush for this, and we're gonna start laying that. Well, this is way too thin. think the sheet that I use for my wet palette lets a lot of moisture up into the acrylic that I use, so it gets way thinner than it should. That is not good. You know, it's one of the things I have to work with, because it is stupidly expensive to get proper sheets for the wet palette. And when I mean stupidly expensive, I mean stupidly expensive. So we're gonna take this and just lay this layer. So you can see it's a little bit see-through, but it doesn't matter because we're gonna apply at least 2 to 3 layers on top of this. So when we get to the places where it makes contact with parts that are already finished, we're gonna be extra careful. Okay, and now I'm actually a little bit afraid of that little piece of the shaft right there. That frightens me a little bit. So, just gonna use another brush with a little bit more tip, not that much more tip than the GW brush. But at least with this one I have a little bit more of control. So we'll see. I'm gonna use the glasses so that I don't get any part that I don't want to. There we go. So we have the first layer down. We're gonna apply probably 1-2 more layers. We're gonna take our trusty hair dryer. Just to speed out the process a little bit. Oof. Ooh. So. There we go. Okay. 3 layers down. We're finished with this. Ooh, my back. Ah, there we go. Give me 1 second. I want to watch a thing. Okay. Cool. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, 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 kill. Okay, so let's do this. We're gonna continue doing now the veins in the marble. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to mix a little bit. I'm gonna apply first we're gonna apply a little bit more black into our palette. Holy shit. This is a little bit dirty. We're gonna clean the tip. Remember, always clean your tip. There we go. There we go. Ah, fuck. So, look at that nice bubble. Yeah, that's too much, but doesn't matter. So we're gonna mix a little bit of, we're gonna need a little bit more neutral gray. A little bit more. There we go. Neutral gray. We're gonna do a mix of neutral gray and black. More black than neutral gray, of course. Now we're gonna take my very tiny brush and we're gonna start doing kind of the veins of this marble all around the shaft. We're gonna do veins on the shaft. Yeah, you heard me. Just kind of trying to do patterns here. You cannot see shit probably. thankfully, because this side of the shaft is kind of in the dark. Further down the line, when we start doing brighter colors, the brighter veins of the marble, we're gonna kind of neglect that part a little bit, because it's going to be in the shadow, so we're not gonna see it that good. So to sell the effect of, you know, shadow and light, you know, being on the shadow side or being on the bright side. So it's going to kind of play to our advantage, not having to paint that. So for the pattern of the marble, what I tried to do is kind of try and doing wavy lines and going kind of across and then doing kind of a net, but not make it seem like it's a net, if that makes any sense. Just try to do a like a wavy pattern and try to make it as inconsistent as possible, you know, so that the pattern is not clear. You know, also kind of some vertical wavy lines and kind of make it seem like it comes across. You know, if I make a line that goes from up here, make it go down and cross down here and so on. But that's gonna become more clear and more defined when I start doing the brighter tones. So I think this is quite good. Give me 1 second without this. Gonna need a little bit more work on the bottom, and the good thing is that the brighter the color becomes, the less lines we have to do, you know. And in any case, if we do too much, like if we have an excess and you think like this, maybe I've done way too much marble pattern here. What you can do after that is just glaze it with a little bit of black. Or if you're in any of the other further steps, maybe you can glaze it with a little bit of that darker gray that we have mixed here. So that is what you can do, just to give it a little variety. Oh, god damn it, I need a little bit of water. Give me 1 second. Very raspy today. Very, very. Dust and all that thing, you know? Oh, there we go. Give me 1 sec. Okay. So now I'm gonna take pure neutral gray. And after that, the brightest color in the shaft, you know, the marble is going to be, I think wolf gray was the brightest light that I did. Might be mistaken, it might be neutral gray, but we'll see. So now same thing, brighter color. building it up with a little bit. Take a little bit of this medium that I like to use. Take a little bit of neutral gray that we have put on our palette. Our wet palette. Now we start doing the same. Sometimes on top of the exact same lines that we have used, sometimes not. So another thing, when you're doing marble, you want thicker lines and thinner lines, but you don't want dots. When you do dots, then you lose the effect of marble. So you have to do lines, 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 thicker, thinner, or stains, but never dots. You do dots, you lose the marble effect. Cool. Yeah, it's looking very good. Not to stroke my own shaft, but it looks very good. Give me 1 second. I need to stretch my hand a little bit. Whew. Oh, there we go. Oh, dear God. Oof. There we go. Again, just doing these tiny lines, trying to follow, like making them cross these kind of sections, you know, and make them seem like it's a continuance, so to speak. So it looks like it's one piece. Like this has been chiseled from a single piece of marble, you know. Another way to do this kind of pattern of marble, have you seen how water looks on the bottom of a pool? Like how it kind of ripples and gets these kind of like wavy sections? You kind of try and do that on a marble. You know, with different tones, just going from one tone to the next. You want to try to do an overlay of this. And that kind of sells you that marble effect. There we go. There we go. There it is. Yeah, cool. Okay, I'm gonna fix a section here. That looks good. Can't remember. Give me 1 second. I wanna look at the previous marble that I have done and see if I went all the way to... Oh, that's a nice miniature. All the way to what's it called, Wolf Gray, or if I stayed in Neutral Gray, because Neutral Gray seems kinda... I think I went a little bit with Wolf Gray, but just a tiny bit. Or did I go with Gray? I think it was Gray Seer. Yeah, I think it was Gray Seer. Yeah, I think it might be Gray Seer. Didn't go with Wolf Gray, it's too bright. It's kinda almost in the same place there, but it's just a little bit something kinda in between Wolf Gray and Neutral Gray. So I'm just gonna use it a little bit in some places where I want to have it a little bit brighter, you know, some sections where I think the light's gonna hit and make it brighter. So my nose itches and it's greasy. I cannot touch my face, it's so greasy. There we go. So now what I'm doing is exactly the same thing as previously, but now I'm trying to follow here. Yeah, it was definitely Gray Seer, the color that I used for the final light of the the marble. There it is. Cool. We're gonna have to tone it down a little bit. I'm gonna take a little bit of that grace here. I think it's a little bit too dark here. So I'm gonna extend this just a little bit to this side. Okay. A little bit over here. God dang it. You do fine lines, remember. You start doing dots, you're fucked. Okay, now to bring this all together, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a tiny glaze of black, just pure black. And I'm gonna make it very thin. I need a little bit more of our medium that we have been using. There we go. Black, yeah. very thin. And we're gonna lay it down here. There we go. Just right there. Just as a glaze. There we go. You're gonna see the black glaze is gonna tie everything down. I might even do it, I'm gonna do it over everything. Very thin black glaze. There we go. That's perfect. Okay, let me dry it up. I think that's it, folks. Yeah, black marble. There you go. That's the effect. Oof. Oh, my back. Okay, so now, what are we gonna do now? Give me 1 second. Let me see if I have the paints. There we go. So, what are we gonna try and do now? Okay, we're gonna try and finish the fin. This fin that we have here. And I think after that we can call it a day. It's almost 4 hours already. So, let's see this. We're gonna start with Scarlet Red from Game Color for the fin of the skink, Lavalizard Skink. Step number 1 is going to be Scarlet Red. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, oops. Half of that. We're gonna have to give it several layers here. Covering blue up is the worst thing. Very, very difficult covering blue up. What happened with the music? Oh no, but I don't know if this... Okay, cool. There we go. Music is back up. Okay, I think we're done with the third layer. Now it's just drying it up. Now we're gonna build up with blood, red blood. We're gonna try with bad thing is that I think that my red blood from Citadel has completely dried up. There we go. Okay, cool. So you can see the progress on the fin. It looks way better. way better. So now what we're gonna do, god damn it, my nose, so runny. Give me 1 second. Runny nose. Okay, better. Now we're gonna take some orange. Amaranth red? Yeah, it says amaranth red, but it's orange. You're gonna see another piece clogged. You can see how clogged that is. Terrible, terrible, terrible. A little bit of this orange, just apply it there. I'm gonna thin that down. Thin it down further. The model color, Amaranth Red, the model color generally is a lot thicker paint, so we're gonna have to build these thin layers and do this kind of blend that I want here. We're gonna need several layers, and it's going to take, there we go. It's always a back and forth, you know, between colors to get those nice transitions that you want. There you go. Okay, but I think the amaranth red is not the actual color that I want. So let me look at my oranges. Orange fire. Clear orange. Yeah, clear orange. It's not amaranth red. The color that I usually use is clear orange. There you go, amaranth red. Out of here. Get out of here. Yeah, it's clear orange, the one that I actually use. Yeah. Looks almost the same, but differences you're gonna see. Okay, so again, let's just try this out. Yeah, way better. Yeah, this is better. The other one was, the inside the pot, it looks like a desaturated red going in the direction of orange. But this, as you can see, is orange. There we go, way better. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Yeah. Now I'm happy. Now I'm happy. There we go. Come on. There it is. Now this is easy as pie. There's a line here that I have painted, which should be scarlet red. It's just a line here. Thing is, when you're painting miniatures, just as if you would be doing an actual painting, if one color is out of place, you don't sell the effect of the texture, the material, whatever it is you're trying to portray. You lose that completely. So if one thing is out of place, everything is going to be out of place. So there we go. Cool. Yeah. Look at that transition in the fin. Fuck yeah. Okay, that's good. It's always a back and forth. In glazes and unglazes with the same colors that you're playing the bases. Okay, so now after we've done that transition with orange, maybe we're gonna apply a little bit of orange fire. Just a little bit. This is a brighter orange. Very thin again. It's a lot of transitions, but it's worth it. At the end, I love that effect. And I hope you do too. So, there it is. There it is. There it is. And there it is. That looks cool. Cute. Now for the final touch on that fin, we're gonna use gold yellow. Goldy, goldy yellow. So we're gonna take this, a little bit of that. There we go. That's it. That is freaking it. Then we have to do all the golden details, you know, the eyes, the claws, the gold. And then at the end we're gonna do the green glow. Oh, the feathers, freaking feathers. But yeah, that's going to be it for today. And as we have a huge crowd here in the stream right now, I think we're gonna go raid somebody if we can, at least with one person. Pretend to raid. So, as you can see, this is the final result. You can see the fin of the skink. Very nice transition right there. I really like it. Very nice. And we got the shaft with that marble effect. Well, not effect, it's a marble texture, pattern, marble pattern. But there we go. Thanks again for everybody who was here. Miss Half Damage, the DC, Lore Master of Sotek, thank you so much for that resubscription, my friend. Oh! And thanks to Pew Pew, my good moderator, for being here. Again, thank you so much, my friends. I hope to see you again next week. Same time, same place. Take care, everyone. Much love. Catch you again next week. Where is it? Yeah, next week. Take care. Bye-bye.